Hi, Pisces. How are you? How's everybody? My guides are saying, wonderful to be here with you. You have a gorgeous reading stacking up for you, Pisces. I'm just going to pull out one more card. While I'm shuffling, I want to remind everybody a couple things my guides are saying. So much gorgeous stuff going on for you. So, pardon me. There are a lot of links below the video. There's a link to my website. There's a link to book your reading. I still have special price reading because this crisis is going forward. So just FYI, slowly the price is going back up. For the month of June, the price is going to be $35. You can come and get a 30-minute reading, and we'll use the Oracle cards and maybe some of the other decks, depending on your need, of course. So if you've been waiting to get a reading, do that. While you are here for your reading, what I do is I chunk out a bunch of time because a lot of people end up wanting to go deeper. So I will set aside some time for you, and I'll make you the timekeeper. It's up to you. The other links that are down there have to do with the astrology of the moment. There's something there from Molly McCord about the Venus retrograde, and something from Pamela Gregory about this full moon that's coming forward. So we're in a really powerful time. And for you, Pisces, it's a time that is filled with, my guides are saying, restoration. There's magic in the air. Literally, there's a great change coming over everybody because we have had a nodal axis shift, as you know. And we started this moment, my guides are calling it, with the Pisces full moon. Then we came through did I say new moon? I meant full moon. Then we came through the new moon on the 22nd of May, and now we're sailing straight into the full moon in Sagittarius that's now in the South Node. So there are things that we are all letting go of, culminating the cycles of the past. It's a moment when you can really let go of those things that you no longer need. And I'm seeing it in your cards in a way that is very poignant and very beautiful. So this card has everything to do with the way my guides are suggesting you approach your life in these moments as we run up to the full moon. And as you know, the full moon will affect you for 6 months. There's so much going on. Ooh. So as my guides have been saying for a while, allow yourself to remain in the eye of the storm. Pay attention to self-care, to your family, to the things that really matter. And understand, my guys are talking about, how to assess what's important and what is not. Sometimes, given what's going on in the macro, the world that we live in, we forget that there's beauty around us, right? Make sure to pay attention to your friends, your family, your kids. You can visit those people on Skype and on Zoom and all the ways. We've been doing it in my family. And, it's kind of fun. It's building a new tradition. Make sure to pay attention to those little tiny miniature, all the little places that bring joy in your life. I like that. Here's why. Within those little tiny places, something is growing. That's why in this depiction, we see a flower. Something is sprouting up. Beautiful, Pisces. And it's you, of course. This is interesting. The same card. This card came out from the Journey of Love for Cancer. And here we see it from the Animal Medicine deck in your reading. Transformation, of course. The swan, a sacred being. My guides are talking about the mystical stories that come out of, my lineage, the place where I come from, Ireland, Scotland, that kind of a place in the world. When it comes to swans, they mate for life. Often, we all know the little story about the ugly duckling that didn't fit in, couldn't find how to connect within the tribe, the family, the cohort, and it's because they were not who they thought they were, and took a long time, a lot of self-doubt, a lot of abuse, etc. So you are to trust yourself because something very, very elegant, very beautiful is evolving from within you. There's going to be a moment, a very shamanic moment, a certain type of an awakening. When we see the serpent here, this is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. The serpent and the snake card in the Animal Medicine have to do with a certain type of shamanic awakening. It's about Kundalini in a sense. So if you're practicing yoga, meditation, etc., I think because of this full moon, because of all the energy that's here with us, you are going to be able to awaken that within you in order to have this shamanic shift and change, because that's what that's really about. It's about transmutation. Look at that. Something beautiful is unfolding for you, Pisces. Really beautiful. And one of the notions within the snake, the serpent, is that you are able to suffer many snake bites. The snake shaman people could suffer a snake bite and it wouldn't harm them. They were immune to the poison. There's some shift happening for you. You're going to transmute, I think, some of the difficulties, some of the challenges, some of the losses, some of the things that hurt you. And without understanding in the moment, perhaps, that those snake bites, those poisons, those challenges are meant to bring you into transformation, and you'll be standing in the full light of the sun. That's a sun card. Look at you, Pisces. Wow, this is how I always see you anyway, because you are the manifestation of love energy and universal consciousness here in this place on the earth. So let's jump over to the Celtic Wisdom Tarot and take a look at the body of the reading. So remember I was talking about magic? There it is. That's the sacred magician. Look. Activated at the will center. Sacred male energy, that which drives things forward. Abundant at the heart chakra, seeds holding a pine cone. Something new is growing. You are literally creating your new form. You're manifesting yourself. So that's the theme that my guides like to speak about. They always give one card that gives, they're saying, thematic presence. The next card that comes out is about you. Pisces. This is literally about weaving the strings of your destiny. Something's going on, Pisces. You got something that I think has been a little bit undercover, but it's in the works now and it's coming out. There's a culmination happening at this full moon that's going to bring forward the next part of your destiny. And you're going to evolve, like I just said, into your greatness, into the highest order of your own beauty. And when you do that, you take flight because you have wings and you can fly. Really beautiful. So that is the Queen of Pentacles, the sacred queen of knowledge. She knows how to make her garden grow. She knows how to build her wealth. She knows how to work diligently to weave together the strings of her sacred lineage. So this is the sacred grandmother. This woman sits suspended in heaven, in the universe, while she works her magic, her sacred weaving for the benefit of her children and her grandchildren. So while all this magic is happening, my guides are showing me that it's sort of rotating around your head. They just said the swans are flying around your head. Whatever is occurring in your life, it's bringing you to a place of great wisdom, knowledge, and mastery. So that's a major arcana card, the second one now in your reading. You have, and you are, well, both, okay, my guides are saying both are true. You are coming, because of the work you have done, because of this mystical moment, you're very close, for some reason, very close to the other side. And some of you may be in contact with someone beloved to you who is on the other side, a parent or grandparent, a sacred elder. And because that person is working on your benefit, you are coming into this place of extreme wisdom. The Counselor of Truth is the Hermit card. This is about the person who was, okay, my guys are saying in charge of divination and things like that. So this person usually lived outside the village, away from the clan a little bit, and they were growing into themselves a little bit at a time. People would come and sit with them, have a consultation, get some of their wisdom. So whatever it is that's going on in your life, It's bringing you into this position and into this type of power. And what you're actually doing with it. Look at that. Pisces, I'm not surprised, but it's always sort of my guides are calling it a fascination to look at your progress. That's the courtship of knowledge. You have reached a pinnacle of your ability in this moment to be in touch with the guides, because you're literally building some sort of sacred temple. So you are in touch with the numinous, the divine, the angels. You're offering yourself as a gift and your efforts to help bring forward the sacred place that you're meant to be standing in. That is meant for others to take, my guides are saying, to take sustenance in that place. Look. Ooh, Pisces, there you are, standing with the ancient guides, the wisdom place, the saints, the ascended masters. As my guides always say, we don't care what how you understand it. It's the inference that they want you to understand. So, number 6, the foundation of knowledge. You've come past the halfway point in this shift and change that you're going through, and you're literally standing here on the earth, because we see the fronds around you. But you're in a very mystical state of being, and you have reached out to the universe for some purpose, asking for assistance, and you're being answered. The assistance is being given, and it is on a spiritual basis that you are connected, and we see it. Look at that. We see it twice, because you've come into your wisdom about this in some way. There's some knowledge that you've come into because of the magic of the moment and the way that your sacred lineage sits suspended in the universe and the place of heaven, etc., weaving together the strings of your destiny. You're literally getting the assistance that you asked for. I love this. And you know what? Look at that. So the sacred grandmother, sitting suspended in the universe, weaving together the strings of your destiny, looks into what your destiny is meant to be. So what she's looking at is the Empress card. So you're coming into this place where you are the Empress in your own life. This is the energy that ties together your human experience and reflects the energy that connects you to what is happening on a soul basis. Why did you come here? How do you experience these moments? What is it for in your sacred life? So we see that the Empress is here. You have all the bounty you need. That's what the Empress does. She gives unto souls the gifts and the bounty that they need when they come through the sacred feminine portal in order to have everything they need and desire in a life. That's what's being activated by the sacred grandmother. She's working on your benefit. It's really, very, truly interesting, isn't it? And I think you really know. Some of you really know. Some of you may have lost a loved one who's on the other side now working for your benefit. And the guides just want you to know that's 100% true. So with all of this that's going on, COVID-19, and now we've got the energy of the moon pulling on you, Pisces, because you're a water sign. And as a water sign, you literally represent universal consciousness. You represent the deep of the ocean. The ability to swim in the sacred water that fills the entire earth. That's what the ocean, my guides were saying this yesterday when they were talking to Cancer, I think. That's what the ocean is for. It's a representation of the sacred realm here on earth to remind us that those things are true and they exist. So here you are, and your soul level of the reading, basically, you're going on a new adventure. The adventure of art. There's something secret, mystically secret happening. What you're doing is your destiny is turning, and we know that because she's working on your destiny. Interesting. You are in direct communion, my guides are saying, with the sacred grandmother. This is the card that represents your energy. So when we talk about your energy in this moment, we're talking about the sacred grandmother weaving your destiny. She's looking directly at the Empress. there's some mystical connection going on, and it's sending you on a new soul journey. So this is a 7, and we started out with the 1, the sacred magician. That's what my guides want to talk about, the energy of magic in your life. And we progressed forward to this card, the sacred triad. Courtship of knowledge, it's spiritual knowledge that you're in courtship with. Then the numerals progress, a 6, a new foundation of knowledge. So you are progressing with your spiritual knowledge in a way that's very profound. And then here's the other thing. 2 major arcana cards stacked up on top of each other. A lot of spiritual intention, a lot of power in a certain way. I'm not talking about, power to rule the roost. We're talking about spiritual wealth, spiritual power to move you forward into the next part of your soul journey. That's what this motion is all about. That's what this moment is bringing you into. So this is the 7. 1, 3, 6, 7. And in between all these cards, we have these major arcana cards and the Queen of Destiny with the Empress, looking at the Empress. So you're going on to this quest. My guys have been talking a lot about your soul and your love life together in the readings this month. So 7 of Cups indicates that you have a lot of choices and you're going on a great journey. To regain your groove, your vibration, that little instrument was very important to the tribe. It was stolen. And as the sacred vibration holder for the tribe, that person had to go and get it back. So they went under cloak of night, sat outside the enemy encampment, sang the songs, chanted, prayed, etc. The instrument responded. So we're talking about your vibration, and I think in some ways perhaps the vibration of your family unit. But you're going out for a great journey because your destiny is turning. Change has come very definitely when we see the magician as a particular type of change. So you're going to explore a lot of things. You have a lot of choices to make. 7 of Cups does not mean you can't make a choice. It means that you are in a process of proceeding through a review of all the choices that you do have. And you'll make the choice. And the thing you're going to choose is the thing that causes your vibration, to come home to you. Do you see that? This is really poignant and beautiful. There's something about the elders, the sacred lineage of your existence that's assisting you on your soul journey because of the things that are happening in your life and the amount of abundance that's coming through so that you can take this journey. So here's the next thing. Look at that. Another major arcana card. An enormous amount of energy. You have been split open. Something has happened. Pisces, I can see it in the cards. It's very beautiful. And when we think about the notion of the snake and the swan has to evolve into its destiny. What it means is transferring the understanding of self-knowledge into a new place. That's why the snake is there, because it's actually a transmutation on a spiritual level. So my guides are saying that's the place out of which the swan emerged. Something's going on. This person has been altered. She actually is the sacred goddess of seafaring vessels. We're talking about you and your vessel. And she's going to help you find your way into the port safely. You are safe. I just want you to know you're going to come to a great deal of balance. And there's a lot of beautiful growth. You see the berries? There's a blossoming that's going to happen. So next to that, when you come to the state of balance, look. So you might get saying, remember you started out on this journey to look at all your choices, to get your groove back, get your vibration back. You have so much sacred assistance. That's the King of Cups, the king of the love, the water element, basically. Very elevated, very highly evolved at the heart chakra, to the point where now having sacred vision, the ability to shapeshift and go back and forth to the spiritual realm, that spear clears away obstacles. So you have an enormous amount of sacred assistance. I want to assure you, people get a little worked up, my guides are saying, when they see the snake come out. It looks a little scary. But what's coming right after that is the Sun card, the most beneficial card you could have ever in a tarot reading, depending on the circumstances that we're talking about. So for you, you're going to find your path forward. Don't worry about it. Try to enjoy the journey, so that while you're on the journey, step by step, you're coming back into balance. You're going to sew yourself back together. I think that, the type of awakening that's coming when we see the snake and the serpent here, it's a big bang kind of moment. I think your life is going to change in ways that are irrevocable now. But you will find your path forward. You're going to do it with your heart. Pisces, of course you are. And with all the spiritual knowledge that you have, because check this out. And it's going to feel magical. Allow yourself to enjoy the magic of these days of your life. Look at that. You joining with the sacred elders to weave some magic in your life and find your pathway forward. If there are obstacles in the path, don't worry about it. They are going to be cleared away. We see the Empress here. We see the King of Art, who uses his spear to clear away obstacles. So there are 3 cards that came out for the outcome. So my guys are chattering in the background. Do you see that basket full of goodness, bounty that comes from the Empress? Is the place where people have to travel through to get into this realm. So here's the first card. You see that bowl? See that bowl? Oh, I'm doing it wrong. Look at that. When you find your path and you clear away all these obstacles and you have your transmutation, it's going to be a very sacred event. You are going to not only manifest, you're going to be standing in the most sacred of places. That's the quest of spiritual knowledge. That is the place out of which come the ascended masters, the angels, spiritual knowledge. So you're going to reach the mountaintop. It's interesting to me. With a lot of energy. And when you reach that place and you understand what your destiny is, that's what this is about. This is about coming to that place where you see your life as a sacred vessel and you understand your destiny and the road that you've traveled and all the adventures that you've had and how the ancient ones and the guides and the masters and the angels affect your walk. So you're going to come into this knowledge in your human life very definitely, because we see this first card on the human realm. The knowledge holder. The sacred hermit. Grounded. Wise. Grown into their wisdom. When you make this transition through this month, it's going to change you forever. And when all the planets that are retrograde go forward, this is where you're going to find yourself. Standing at the Akashic Records, manifesting your destiny. So when you come to this place and you feel yourself coming into this wisdom, you're going to have a sacred vision, I think. That's what this is about. You see this person, they're on a quest and suddenly they come across this and they see something and it changes them forever. My guides are saying, like what would happen if suddenly you saw the image of God, or whatever equates for you in that way? You would never be the same again. And based on that experience, it would change your life and you would begin to manifest from that sacred bowl of all wisdom and spiritual wealth the kind of life you actually want. That is a prophecy. The augury of art, that is the Ace of Cups. And we are talking about the highest order of spiritual love, compassion, universal consciousness. My guides are saying the undiluted potential of love, the purpose of love energy. So when you transform yourself and you reach this destination where you are clearly going in a human way, what we're going to see is this. My guides are saying that's what you're going to look like in your new life. That is the Queen of Cups. She is sitting enthroned in the triple spiral of change and destiny. That's what this adventure is for. And you're going to pop out the other side, the swan, fully in your incredible beauty, purified, sanctified, and you're going to sit in your life like that. And you're going to have your hand open, able to receive. You are going to literally, because it's my guides are doubling down. This is about manifesting what you want, using the water element, which is about love energy. So you're going to chant upon the cauldron that looks like this. Hang on one sec. Look at this. It's so beautiful. See that? That's the place from which you're going to manifest whatever it is you want. Factors of Venus. We're talking about love. We're talking about an abundant life. We're talking about supportive love relationships. All the things that come from the water element and the notion of Venus, beauty, abundance. My guys are talking about pearls and wisdom and things like that. So as a human, this is how it's going to look. You're going to sit now, after all this shift and change. It is the shift and change in your destiny coming forward that illuminates you. And you just sit next to the creative fire of your life. And you are seeing into your own life. What would you like to create? What would you like your life to be about? So Pisces, that is literally astounding. I'm going to pick from the bag of runes for you. Wow. And you know, Pisces, when you're around, and I do your readings, as you can probably hear in my voice, there's always a hush. It's very sacred what's happening. Very deeply sacred. So if you're new and you don't know, I always post a picture of the cards on the community tab on my channel. So go to the home page. You'll see across the top, you can pick videos and etc. I don't remember exactly, but there's a tab that says community. Click on that and you will find the spread for this reading there. So you can see the cards in their totality. And if you'd like, you can open 2 tabs and look at the cards while you listen to the reading. All right, Spirit, please give us one more piece of advice for beautiful Pisces as they go on their way. Yeah, Pisces. This is beautiful. That is the rune for strength. So there is an inner strength while you are funding your will, deciding, making decisions. The magic of manifestation is about being strong enough to make decisions. That's how it looks on the table. Do you see the magic that's going on in your life? Look at that. Okay, so let's just take a minute. I just want to take a minute for you because this reading it's quiet, but it's deep. Something mystical that's going on. It may be that you are not speaking with other people about this shift and change that you're experiencing. Because it's deep on the inside that this is going on. Like the ugly duckling who ended up actually being a swan. Nobody knew that was happening. It just happened one day. Okay. So the rune for strength is signified by the aurochs, which is very interesting. So strength, manhood, womanhood, and the wild ox. This is a rune of terminations and new beginnings. Thank you, Spirit. And drawing urus indicates that the life you have been living has outgrown its form now. That form must die so that new energy, thank you, Spirit. It's very interesting. Transmutation. So that form must die so that the new energy can be released in a new form. So beautiful, Pisces. Look. Don't doubt yourself, okay? You're feeling it on the inside. I'm fairly certain about that. So this is a rune of passage, and as such, it is part of the cycle of initiation. Positive growth and change may involve a descent into darkness as part of the cycle of perpetual renewal. As in nature, this progression consists of 5 aspects: death, decay, fertilization, look, the triple spiral, gestation, and rebirth. Events occurring now may well prompt you to undergo a death within yourself. Since self-change is never coerced, we're always free to resist. Remain mindful that the new life is always greater than the old. Prepare then for opportunity disguised as a loss. It could involve the loss of someone or something to which you have an intense emotional bond and through which you have been living a part of your life. That part of your life must now be retrieved so that you can live it out for yourself. In some way, that bond is being severed. A relationship has radically changed. A way of life is coming to an end. Seek among the ashes and discover a new perspective and a new strength. The ancient symbol for Urus was the aurochs, a wild ox, and when the wild ox was domesticated, which was an immensely difficult task, it could transport heavy loads. Learn to adapt yourself to the demands of such a creative time. Firm principles attached to this rune. At the same time, humility is called for, since in order to rule, you must first learn how to serve. Urus puts you on notice that your soul and the universe support this new growth. So my guides have been sort of chattering in the background. They want you to feel certain and understand that this transformation and transmutation that's coming forward will put you into an extremely heightened state of creativity, and you will be able to create and manifest anything. So use your energy wisely, connect to the spiritual realm in the way that only a Pisces knows how to do, and begin to ask and pray and meditate on what it is that's going to fulfill you and fill your life with beauty, because you literally have the spirit guides here working on your benefit. It's fantastic. And it's destiny. You know, that's the other thing. My guides are telling me to turn back. They're talking about this. It's literal destiny. So please trust yourself while you are in this transmutation cycle and process. My guides are showing me pictures in my head about, the ugly duckling and why it was thought that the ugly duckling was ugly, etc. Don't you worry about the way your feathers look, Pisces. There's a reason why they might look a little shaggy, etc., besides not being able to get to the salon. Trust this process. It's literal destiny, and it's a beautiful destiny. So I think this is going to come forward for the next 6 months till we get through 2020, because the full moons affect us for 6 months. This is a very powerful one because it's an eclipse in the Sagittarius, which is in the South Node. So we're really finishing a cycle really deeply, and we're going to be able to let go of the things that no longer serve us. So Pisces, thank you so much for being here. I always really love doing your readings, and my guides are saying, and I'm overjoyed. And you know what? I am. It's such a poignantly beautiful story. Very tender because of all the things that are going on in the world right now. So enjoy the full moon, have your ceremony, bless yourself, do something good for yourself. Maybe go out, take a walk in nature, sniff the flowers, things like that, okay? And I'll look forward to seeing you, God is willing, next month in July, and we'll see where the energy takes us all. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you soon. Bye now.